actions reduced her to tears. She said Mr. Key persisted in tugging her hair on at least half a dozen separate occasions. This even though she had clearly signaled her displeasure and even warned his security detail she would punch him if he continued. The Prime Minister was also not prepared to heed the warnings of his wife. A court has ordered a Cuba-bound Chinese ship loaded with undeclared weapons to sail for Havana, saying the arms could not be unloaded and might pose a safety threat. Xia, which has been held since last month, was loaded with undeclared military equipment, including about 100 tons of gunpowder, 99 projectile bases, and 3,000 artillery cartridge cases. The freighter had been due to stop in the northern Colombian city of Barranquilla before ending its journey in Havana. But when the authorities found the ship's documentation conflicted with what was actually found aboard the vessel, it was held in port. Beijing's foreign ministry has maintained that the vessel was operating within Chinese and international law. America's top business advocate and its biggest labor boss has sparred over proposed fast-track legislation to facilitate the formation and approval of a 12-nation Pacific trading bloc. VOA's Michael Bowman reports that the debate erupted at the Senate Finance Committee over a trade promotion authority that would subject the Trans-Pacific Partnership to up or down congressional votes with no amendments allowed.
America's economic vitality depends on trade, the expansion of which requires trade promotion authority, according to U.S. Chamber of Commerce President Tom Donahue.
Congress must approve TPA. The Trans-Pacific Partnership Agreement would open the Asia-Pacific dynamic markets to American goods and services.
But so-called fast-track approval yields bad trade deals for American workers with weak environmental and human rights provisions, according to AFL-CIO President Richard Trumka.
We really urge Congress to reject the outdated and undemocratic process known as fast-track. The lives of workers are at stake and the livelihoods of workers are at stake here. It's important that we get it right.
Last week, the Finance Committee's chairman, Republican Senator Orrin Hatch, and top Democrat, Senator Ron Wyden, unveiled a bipartisan TPA proposal.
Trade is an essential element of a healthy economy. We should be doing all we can to advance a trade agenda that works for America and advances our interests on the world stage.
If approved, TPA would significantly boost prospects for completing and launching the Trans-Pacific Partnership of 12 nations that combined account for about 40% of global gross domestic product. Michael Bowman, VOA News, the Capital.
And here's a reminder of our top stories this hour. A Saudi-led coalition has declared an end to 4 weeks of airstrikes in Yemen, saying the threat of rebels there had been removed. It added that operations are entering a political phase. And scores of Japanese lawmakers have paid homage at the controversial Yasukuni Shrine, risking fresh anger from neighbors that fell victim to Tokyo's aggression last century. For more of our news stories, you can head to our Facebook page at official 938 Live. Well, we've got business news coming up next. Japan has posted its first monthly trade surplus in nearly 3 years. We'll be hearing from an economist to find out more. That's coming up after a quick traffic update.
The news and more on 938 Live.
The LTA traffic news on 938 Live.
We're seeing heavy traffic on the PIE towards Changi Airport at the Lornie Road exit. There's also been an accident on Stevens Road towards Balmoral Park after Walsh Road. Elsewhere, roadworks are going on the TPE towards the PIE after Pasir Ris Drive 8 exit. Men at work on Zion Road just before River Valley Road junction. Avoid the center lane.
This traffic update is brought to you by King Coil. Enjoy the night breeze with the new hypoallergenic and cooling Frost Flakes bedding collection from King Coil. Designed and made in Denmark. Available at all leading department stores.
938 Live. Be informed.
In business news, Japan has reported its first monthly trade surplus in nearly 3 years, with the trade balance surplus coming in at nearly $2 billion. Official data show that exports grew 8.5% on year, while imports fell for the third straight month, sliding